This video and my website are devoted to Tom Tomasello, a deceased golfing machine instructor who taught me how to read the book, The Golfing Machine, by Homer Kelly. And he taught me how to apply it to my own swing and my students' swings to bring about the improvement that we all seek. And he really shocked me by what he told me. It seemed like the exact opposite of everything I had learned as a PGA apprentice. What he told me that the shaft of the swing, which is your left arm and club, if you're a right-sided golfer, is controlled by your right forearm cocking and uncocking. And that hinging and unhinging of your right forearm will also hinge and unhinge your wrists. And you can make this a vertical karate chopping motion. As long as you have a good grip and just do it, that will control the face of the shaft as well. And he said the biggest problem was messing it all up with all this twisting and shifting of the weight, which I had been taught in the late 80s and early 90s was the way to control your golf swing, with big muscles, with a lot of twisting and shifting of weight, and even twisting parts of your spine and more than others, and, all these X factors and stuff. And then he taught me a different style, which was more of a pushing motion rather than a chopping motion. And I found that Harry Vardon taught the same two strokes. An Irish immigrant, an octogenarian, told me that I was teaching him through Tomasello what Harry Vardon taught the world back in the late 18th century and early 19th century. And he showed me a magazine article, and if you read my website, the pertinent part of that magazine interview is there for you to see. And he also said that starting the downswing with a lot of body weight shifting and twisting would be putting the cart before the horse. And both the vertical chopping motion and more of the diagonal pushing motion, the arms and club and lead, and the big body follows. And that may sound controversial to you, but I hope you look through and view the videos and really give it a chance. You could take a hammer on the end of a club and use a vertical hammering action. Or you could, as a hybrid, go on a diagonal with that hammering action. And you let it fully unhinge right away from the top. The karate chop is very much like throwing a spiral in football. Throw it, throw it. A hybrid may be just to use it like a pitch, a fastball. And then the pushing stroke, it's like pushing a basketball into the ground, like to dribble, or a bounce pass. Now the orthodox push stroke is on a diagonal toward your intended line of flight, but it's toward the ground. And the classic chop motion is vertical, down to the right of you, even though you want the ball to go forward. So it's down to the right of it if you wanted the ball to go this way. And you can see it with a tennis racket. Vertical chopping motion. And you allow it to rotate thereafter. And the push model, it's sort of pre-rotated, and you don't really allow it to rotate as much. So it's very commonly used for with the higher lofted clubs when the ball's in the rough. When the pros hit a ball in a divot, they can't take it out, and they'll use it there a lot. Or for buried lies. And it's still considered unorthodox because not many people have used it for their full stroke. I believe Arnold Palmer did, and Lee Trevino, and Paul Azinger to great effect. But I learned the vertical chop first, and then this push stroke, make it compact with your shorter irons for trouble. And then if you may find that it works better for you and you can adopt that as your normal style. It's now often called a stinger or a punch. But I hope I've been fairly clear that there's a vertical karate chop and roll action and a straight line or angle punch. But there's everything in between. And you can punch down and angle chop. Those are two hybrids. This throwing motion is a hybrid, either vertical or on a diagonal. And then you can really feel like your left arm is leading the way too with its unhinging. So start with the vertical chop and then get to the push and really understand it and do the drill.